डाउन सिंड्रोम डे हर साल 21 मार्च को मनाया जाता है और आज हम सब लोग इसी के उपलक्ष्य में यहाँ पर इकट्ठा हुए हैं साइक्लोथॉन करने के लिए। और हम लोग सिर्फ एक ही बात पहुँचाना चाहते हैं जो लार्जर सोसाइटी को, वो ये पहुँचाना चाहते हैं कि हमारे बच्चे किसी भी तरह से और सब बच्चों से पीछे नहीं हैं और जो उनकी कैपेबिलिटीज़ हैं या उनकी एबिलिटीज़ हैं हम उनको लोगों तक लेके जाना चाहते हैं। इस सेलिब्रेशन का मतलब सिर्फ़ और सिर्फ अवेयरनेस है।
जो आज हमारा कैंपेन है, जो हमारा साइक्लोथॉन है, वो एक अवेयरनेस क्रिएट करने के लिए है समाज में, ताकि हमारे बच्चे को हर चीज़ के अंदर इंक्लूड किया जाए।
गो, 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 गो। सामने। Yeah. Very nice.
वीडियो बन रही है। भागो।
सोसाइटी के सारे लोगों को बोलना चाहते हैं कि हमारे बच्चे बहुत कुछ कर सकते हैं, सिर्फ आपका सपोर्ट और प्यार की ज़रूरत है। तो प्लीज़ आपको कहीं भी ऐसे पेरेंट्स मिले, कोई बच्चे दिखे तो उन्हें हेल्प करिए।
1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 हम हैं सुपर स्पेशल। Big clap to all the kids.
How has society responded to Down syndrome over the last few months and years? To help us understand that, on the program I am now joined by Dr. Surekha Ramchandran, President, Down Syndrome Federation of India. Dr. Surekha, namaskar and welcome to the program. So ma'am, what are the positives that you see when we come and talk about Down syndrome?
21st of March, apparently the world over we celebrate people, because not only the people with Down syndrome, their families, their caretakers, and the medical professionals too, because it's a lot of work that gets involved in raising a person with Down syndrome. And India has gone places. I honestly believe that the awareness has become so huge that mostly in the cities we are able to spread the message. In the rural areas, we still are having a little difficulty, but it is working and we are definitely able to care about our people and reach out to them even in the interiors.
And give us more examples of increased awareness, because you were just pointing out that there is a couple that has also adopted a child with Down syndrome. That's very heartening.
There are 2 couples who have adopted a person with Down syndrome, a little baby with Down syndrome. The reason is we have shown them that these people can also achieve. So I think because of the success rate of our stories and the way people with Down syndrome are now so positive and happy, I think people are also coming out of their little holes and thinking, why don't I adopt a child with Down syndrome?
Give us more examples. We know about Bubbly, your daughter, how she is a yoga trainer. I just met Devanshi and she was also doing very well in a store. Give us more of such stories.
Well, I would look at it from starting from the time they are born. I think the success rate is the very fact that they are now overcoming all their medical issues, like a cardiac issue, which maybe 10 years ago we would have thought we would lose the baby. The babies are doing very well. Because of healthcare, all our children are actually getting into their mid-40s and mid-50s, which means that we are giving them a better quality of life. One, that's very positive. Second important thing is getting into schools. Though a lot of people make an issue, because of early intervention, we are able to take them into regular schools without a hitch. I think it also depends on the child and the way the parent is raising the child with a little bit of discipline. I think every child with discipline should get into school, and that is very positive for us. Because at my time, schooling was completely ruled out. Today, children are actually, because of the Right to Education Act, we are able to implement the laws and get them into schools.
So, since early intervention is very important, what's your message to the parents watching the program? When we say early, how early, and what do they need to do?
Well, I would say early means day one. Because when I say early intervention, it means also health intervention. So if there is a baby who has any medical issues, if I set that right, then I am on the top when it comes to starting with my therapies, which means early intervention involves 3 sets of therapies, which be physical, sensorial and speech therapy. So if I have a child who's receiving all of this very early, in fact, by 2 years, they're in regular schools. And that has, last decade, I think we have sent more than about 3,000 people to regular schools.
So, ma'am, when Down Syndrome Federation of India works with parent support groups, what kind of questions do parents usually ask? What are the barriers they face? How does the federation help them?
See, I think the biggest issue here would be society. And I think the fear of society stems in every parent. Will society accept my child? My question is, who is this society? It is us.
Yes.
So if every parent is empowered and has the knowledge that her child or his child is their child first, and you are going to pass on your courage to your child, I don't think the world has to worry about a society that is refusing my child an admission to school or getting into a park. Why should the park not be used by my child? So you have inhibitions, not the child. So the inhibition stems from the parent, never the child.
So, from the prospective parents' perspective, how far has technology progressed? And if there is a certain test that you would like to advise all pregnant ladies to go?
Well, I'll tell you one thing. It has become mandatory. So everybody goes for the 12th week screening test, which is called the Down syndrome screening test.
Okay.
Once you have done that, then you have now what is called the NIPT, which is called the non-invasive pregnancy test.
Okay.
That is the second round.
Okay.
So you can do that. It is an expensive test, which costs us about 30,000.
Okay.
But that is supposed to be the assurance that your child is not Down syndrome.
So, Dr. Surekha, it's been such a long journey, 4 decades, where you've been trying so hard to create awareness. Are you happy with the way the journey has gone so far? And what concluding message would you give?
Well, I'll tell you one thing. I'm basically a very happy person. So I don't think anything can deter me.
Yes.
And I believe that God gave me this child only because He knew I had the strength to carry this forward. Otherwise, He might never have chosen me.
Yes.
I am a chosen one and I love my life.
So that was Dr. Surekha Ramchandran, as always, somebody who loves life, and her love and affection has ensured that many children blossom naturally. Thank you very much for joining us. Thank you, ma'am.